Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available Christmas 2022, the album, Sexy Santa, Shimmy Shimmy, Damn, AF. I'll be home for Christmas. Beast! How are you guys doing today? That fan just flew to my other hand like that. Woo! How are you guys doing today? So today, let me put on a little bit of lip gloss. We're going to talk about the Try Guys over here today. Something that I noticed, a video that they had posted the other day on moving forward, and that they addressed. Moving forward, sans minus Ned Fulmer. So we're going to talk about that today. But a few things that I want to address on my video for my channel before. I have three things that I want to address. And the first one is that so many people in my comment sections, they're like, you always talk about Jeffree Star. You always talk about Trisha Paytas. You always talk about Shane Dawson. Could you please, 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 please talk about other people, okay? So let's just talk about facts for a second, right? Since this is a video of me talking about other people other than the main 5 to 6 people that I typically talk about, right? Okay, when I talk about other people, typically, by and large, those are not the videos that get very many views. For example, yesterday I did a video about Elon Musk, okay? It got about 5,000 views over here on my channel. That's not great for a Peter Monn video, which means that people aren't clicking on that video because they're just not interested in it, okay? When I do a Trisha Paytas video, that video does much better. I did a Jeffree Star video yesterday, it did much better, okay? So when I do videos and I talk about Jeffree Star, and I talk about Shane Dawson, and I talk about Trisha Paytas, and I talk about these people, those are the videos that typically do better on my channel. I make videos because I like you guys to have something to watch, to enjoy, and to, you know, I don't know, like I always say, sitting in the kitchen, you know, with Peter. Someone's in the kitchen with Peter. Sitting in the kitchen, and we're just hanging out, and we're having a conversation, right? And so, yes, I'm fully aware that there's not tons of drama going on with these people, but it's just like a conversation that I would have with my good Judy Tawny Jean, you know? And so that's why I make the videos, is for you guys at the end of your day to sit down with your partner. I get so many messages from people that say, you know, like, I'm just like laying in bed with my partner and we're watching your video and we're laughing at the things that you're saying, or, you know, people will say, I fully agree with what you say, or I totally disagree with what you say. But I post those videos for entertainment, for people to enjoy them, you know, and it to be an escape at the end of the day. And so I'm willing to make videos on anybody over here, you know. One of the reasons why I don't sometimes step out of my comfort zone and make videos about people that I don't know is because I feel like it's kind of negligent, first of all, to get in a video and give some, you know, great opinion about something that I know very little about to begin with. That's the first thing. The second thing is that people that do watch those people, like for example, I made Amberlynn Reid content way back in the day, right? And at that time, I knew what was going on with Amberlynn Reid. I haven't watched Amberlynn consistently in quite some time. So for me to start doing Amberlynn Reid content, which trust me, I thought about doing, people would come for me and they would say, well, you don't know this, or you don't know that, or you don't know this, right? And so I would have to watch, you know, 4 months worth of videos to catch up. And even then, that probably wouldn't be good enough. And that's why I sometimes don't do videos about people that I don't know. I do have a couple videos this week coming out about certain topics of people that aren't on my, I would say, my scope of 5 or 6 radar. So I'm doing that because people have asked me to kind of like, you know, stretch out of my comfort zone a little bit. So I'm asking you guys if you would do me a favor, and in the comment section below, you would maybe list some things that you would like me to cover, you know? And I'm more than willing to look into anything and, you know, give you guys my opinion. My opinion might be based on very limited knowledge, but like I say, you know, we all have opinions, and opinions are like, you know what, we've all got one. So that's the first thing I wanted to say over here. But yeah, like I'm willing to make videos on anything. I just want you guys to enjoy them. So if I'm making a video about Mr. Beast, which we're going to talk about in just a second, you know, and it's something that you guys want me to cover, I'm more than willing to give you guys my opinion about that and do a commentary video on that. You know what I mean? So put in the comment section below if there's something that you guys would like to hear my opinion on. And like I said, I have several videos. I mean, you know, like I look through Twitter, I look through Instagram, I look at what's going on YouTube, and I kind of like write down some notes, and those are things that I make videos about. And sometimes, you know, like it'll be like something that I have no clue about. And I'm like, well, this would make a good video, but I don't know a lot about it. And so I write a note about it, and then I don't make the video because, to be honest with you guys, I'm kind of like intimidated to make the video about it. You know what I mean? But I think I'm going to start going into 2023, since we're going to talk about the Try Guys going forward. Peter Monn going forward is going to get outside of my comfort zone and start making videos about all kinds of people on YouTube and in pop culture over here. Okay, so that's the first thing that I wanted to say. The second thing that I wanted to say is that I got a comment on my video that I did with my husband, which, I mean, all of the comments over there, with probably minus just this one, were so glowing and so beautiful, and you guys are so delightful to my husband, and I just want to say I appreciate that. But I received this comment, and the comment said, 2 men or women being together is beyond sick, in all capitals, okay? You know, and I just wanted to say, it's like, if you go to a video that has 2 men in the thumbnail that says something about our marriage in the title of that thumbnail, that might be a clue, if you think it's sick, that that's not a video for you. I'm just saying, okay? So to the person that wrote that comment, that might not be the video for you. It's always interesting to me when people seek out those kind of videos to leave a comment like that on there just to let us, I mean, we have been happily together for 14 years and married for 11, okay? We're not going anywhere because of one comment. I'm just telling you, okay? So I'm sorry that you live at, you know, I don't know where, in some small town in the middle of Indiana, you know, and you're miserable with your life that you have to leave a comment like that on there because that's, I don't know, what you believe is activism or something like that. But we're not changing, okay? And we're not going anywhere. And we're here, we're queer, get used to it. So I want to say that. The third thing I want to say is, I just want to bring this up because I want to see if anybody else has had this issue, okay? Now, I really enjoy Mr. Beast's content. I haven't watched tons of it through the years, but I've watched enough of it to know who he is and know the things that he does. And I really appreciate his philanthropic endeavors as well, okay? And I know that people hate whenever anybody gets on a YouTube video and complains, okay? I know that people hate when they do that. And this is more of me kind of like asking a question rather than complaining. And I love all of the philanthropic endeavors he has. For example, I'm wearing today my Team Trees sweatshirt that he started all of that, right? And when I bought this sweatshirt at the time, I think it was like $75, and like if you bought a hoodie, if you bought a t-shirt, like depending on what you bought, went to how many trees were planted. And now I don't think it's that way. I think you just buy a hoodie and it goes to whatever, right? Like it does, like the money goes to something, but it doesn't go to how many trees are planted or something like that. He then started Team Seas, okay? And I really liked what he did around all that, because if you know, my husband and I, we love beaches and oceans and all that kind of stuff, right? So I went over there and I was looking at the website and I looked all over it, and so I love the quality of this hoodie. The hoodie quality is fantastic. It's one of my favorite hoodies that I have. And so I purchased on November 15th, I purchased a hoodie, the Team Seas hoodie, okay? And at that time, the email that I received said that it would be out within like less than 10 days or something like that, right? Okay. So we are now past a month after that point, and I know that they're probably on back order and all this kind of stuff, but I haven't received anything, okay? Which is totally fine. Like if I got an email and they said, hey, listen, we're back ordered, but I do want to bring attention to this because I talk enough about Jeffree Star and business ventures and Jaclyn Hill and their business ventures and all these people and their merch and all this kind of stuff, okay? So I do think it's important to talk about this. So I'm looking into my emails and I'm seeing I have received nothing from Team Seas, okay, about this $75, it's an expensive hoodie, about this $75 hoodie that I received. Now, I do want to say this, okay? If I never receive the hoodie and the money goes towards donations of the Team Seas organization of cleaning up water, I am totally fine with that, okay? I'm totally fine with that. But I just kind of want some kind of answer because I'm very clueless at this point, right? So it was several weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago, I sent an email to their customer service. If you get online, it'll tell you where to send the email to for sales about your order. And I sent an email and I said, hey, listen, I ordered this, sweatshirt on the 15th. I haven't received my hoodie, yada, yada, yada. And I received an email back that said, that it was like a template email that said that they would respond to me within such and such time. I have received no email, okay? So last week, I think it was the end of last week, I emailed again. And I said, hey, I ordered this hoodie on such and such date, or the 15th. Still have not received my email that it's shipping or that it's, whatever. I got my confirmation email that I ordered it, but I haven't received anything. And it hasn't shipped. I'm confused about what's going on with this. I also emailed you once before. You said you would respond to me, and I haven't heard anything. That was last week, okay? It's now Tuesday, and I still haven't heard anything, right? So I just wanted to ask you guys, has anybody else had any problems with this Team C's customer service situation? Has anybody else out there not received products that they've ordered from either Team Trees or Team C's? Like, the only thing is for me is it's like, okay, this is a philanthropic organization. And so the merchandise that you order, like a certain proceeds of that go towards all of this. And I know that somebody, Mr. Beast, who is somebody that is revered within the YouTube community as somebody that is doing really great work. And he is. And I think that that's fantastic. And I think that he puts out really great videos and stuff like that, right? But it's like, I almost was hesitant to even say anything about it in a video because I was like, everybody loves Mr. Beast, people are going to come for you and whatever, but I was like, okay, if this was Jeffree Star and people weren't getting their pallets, you would say something in a video. So I have experienced personally poor customer service from Team C's and Mr. Beast's organization that I haven't heard anything back on either email that I sent, nor have I received any products that I paid for, and I'm very confused about all of it. So if anybody else has experiences, could you please let me know in the comment section below. Okay, so let's get into, so those are the 3 things that I wanted to address today. All right, let's get into the Try Guys situation. So I did a video at the time that Ned Fulmer left the Try Guys, okay? And I think that we all know what that's about with his, allegedly having, I said allegedly, what was the video that I did it the other day? Oh, it was when I was talking about the Lensa AI thing, and I said allegedly stealing art, and somebody said, they said in the comment section, they said, they're not allegedly stealing art, they are stealing art, why did you say that? And somebody commented back and said, well, he's saying allegedly to cover his butt. Well, absolutely. And even then, me just saying allegedly in a video doesn't really cover my butt a whole lot, right? But I don't need Ned Fulmer suing me, okay? So anyway, he's got a lot more money than I do. But his alleged affair and all this kind of stuff, right? We all know that, and the Try Guys, and I did the whole video of how the Try Guys, they came out and they addressed that in the video that they did on all that, right? Okay, so since then, it's kind of, there was some aftermath of all of that and some stuff that happened, but it's kind of died down a little bit, and they really haven't said anything about what they're going to do. Like, at that time, they said, this is what we're going to do, we're going to take down the videos with him in it, like, he's going to be, like, out of the merch and all this kind of stuff, but they really haven't said anything about, like, what they're going to do, like, going forward as far as, like, a plan, right? Now, I have, because at that time, I had, like, said on video, like, I don't really know them much except for, like, videos of theirs that were suggested to me over time. So I did go in and I watched several of their videos and quite a few of their videos that they have posted, like, in the last 13 days and things like that. And I really like them. Like, it's funny because I think that people have this, idea of what I watch on YouTube, that I watch, like, all beauty guru drama or commentary. I don't really watch a lot of that, Really, typically, the only time that I watch, like, there's a few commentary channels that I watch that I'll watch, like, every video that they put out, just because they're very similar to what I do. And so I like to hear what if they're covering a topic that I'm talking about, I like to hear what they have to say. So then I'll watch their videos, right? But typically, the things that I watch on YouTube are like drag pageants from the 80s and the 90s. I like just devour those. There's a channel called Kalani Productions that like they put up like 8 videos a day, and I watch like every video that they post. I watch abandoned water parks and abandoned amusement parks and abandoned houses. I love watching those. I love watching like channels of people that have dogs. One of the things that I have like, so anyway, I watch all of these different kinds of channels, right? I'm kind of surprised that through the years, I never got hooked on the Try Guys, because I was watching their videos and I'm like, oh my God, they are like so funny, and they're really, really likable, and they're just really down to earth, and it's just, there's something, they, to me, kind of, very highly edited, like their videos are very well done, obviously, right? And they have a huge production team and all that kind of stuff that I now know, that I've learned. But you know, so other than that though, I don't know, their level of being comfortable on video is very similar to what I fell in love with 10 plus years ago when I started watching YouTube. There's just a quality about them, I don't know, that just makes me happy. So they put this video up 3 days ago. Hold on a second, let me get to this video. And the video is called What Happens Next, okay? And so it's the three of them sitting on a couch, minus Ned, obviously. And it's really kind of a funny video. Like, they can't really get through it without laughing, and at like several parts of it, like Eugene is like just dying in laughter, right? And so, and you can tell that like they're talking about moving forward, but at the same time, there's kind of like this subtext, you can tell, that it's kind of like, this is like crazy what we've been through, what we've lived through. You know, like you can kind of tell that that's kind of like the subtext of like what they're thinking. And so they're talking about like all these new things that they're going to do going forward, and they're talking about the show. And this is it was kind of a promo. Hold on a second, I want to make sure that I get this right, because if I don't, everybody will come for me. It was a promo for the season finale of Without a Recipe that was going to be live on their channel that night. And so they were talking about going forward with that and how it was going to be on their channel, and that they had all these other things that they were going to do. They were going to try new things out there, and all the Try Guys were going to try new things out, and all this kind of stuff. And it was just this really endearing video. And it was very scripted. You could tell they were like reading off of a script, and they were laughing with each other, and it just was so cute and so funny. And I was like, you know, here's the thing. I think like in the 6.5 years that I have covered drama commentary and scandals and things like that, and it's like, you know, I think the question is always like, how do you handle it at that time? And it's like, they didn't ask for this, right? Like, they didn't ask for this stuff to happen and to affect their families, their team, everybody that works with them. You know, they didn't ask for all of that. They didn't ask for it to, you know, affect everybody involved and to, you know, affect their audience and things like that. And so it's like, how do you do the best that you can going forward when you also have legal behind you telling you that you can only say and do certain things? Like, you know, I mean, it's a very difficult situation, right? And so watching it, I was like, they handled this so well, so professionally, and, you know, so just totally authentic, right? And I think one of the reasons why I think they handled it so well is because they just were themselves. And if you watch the previous video, that was like very sad. It was very obvious that you could tell that Eugene was very, very angry in that video, right? About like what had happened, and angry and sad at the same time. But, you know, like watching it, you could just tell that they were just very upset. They were very sad. And why shouldn't they be, you know? That this whole situation had happened, and then they had to get on camera and they had to explain it to everybody else. You know what I mean? And I think to some degree, it's kind of like, I don't know, like, maybe this is a bad analogy, but it'd be like if one parent, you know, like, cheated and left and were like, okay, you've got to go and whatever. And then, like, the other parent had to sit the kids down, like, the audience, had to sit the kids down and explain what had happened. You know, like, what a difficult situation that nobody asked for, and they did it, and they handled it, and they were so authentic in how they handled it, you know? So, to come back this time later, and it was interesting because people in there were like, this is how you handle a scandal. This is how you handle a situation like this, right? And it was so beautifully done. And they were like so happy and so cheerful through this whole video. And this was like their video of talking about how they were going to take a break going into this like next time, you know, before 2023. And then in 2023, they were going to come back and they were, you know, gonna have a fresh start, and they were gonna do all these new things and whatever. And I just thought it was fantastically done. Let me read you a couple of the comments that were underneath here that got a lot of, hold on a second, that got a lot of likes on it. So somebody said the comparison between how they were in the video before and this one, they just look so much lighter and happier, and I'm so happy for them. That one has 18,000 likes on it, you guys. Oh, it has 11 replies. Let's see. Okay, somebody said, for real, like a noticeable weight has been lifted off of them, both in terms of their mental state and also it seems in terms of letting themselves experiment with different content. And that was one of the things that they talked about in the video, was that you know, that they were just going to do what they wanted to do on YouTube, and that was what they had always loved about YouTube too. And I think, like, I think we're going to see more of that going forward in 2023 with all different kinds of channels. Is I think we're going to see, you know, people just trying whatever they want to try. And if it hits, it hits. And if it misses, it misses. But let's just try it and try different things, right? And they're the Try Guys, so they can do that. Somebody said healing has taken place. And it goes on and on. All these people say this stuff. Okay, somebody said, I live for Eugene and Zach giggling their asses off and Keith trying to keep them in line. It was funny. For one horrifying second, I thought they were going full Jenna Marbles and was devastated. And people were thinking that they were going to, like, leave YouTube forever. So happy that they are evolving like the sweet starter Pokemon they are. Somebody said Keith is the dad trying to be put together while his oldest son and youngest son cause chaos at a family reunion. Somebody said that this whole situation is an absolute masterclass on how to handle this type of thing. These guys came out stronger than ever and even more beloved than they were before. And I think that that's absolutely true. So just want to wish the best of luck to the Try Guys. They don't need it from me, right? But to the Try Guys going forward. And I want to say this too, you know, that it's interesting for me, like when I do a video about somebody, the comments that I receive, that you can kind of gauge how somebody feels, like how the majority of the people out there feel about somebody based on the comment sections of, like, your video, right? And when I did my video about the Try Guys, I mean, it was just an overwhelming, excuse me, it was just an overwhelming amount of love and support for the remaining Try Guys. And that, you know, I mean, so many people were like, Peter, like, you didn't understand this, and you didn't, and people were so nice to educate me on what I didn't understand. And, you know, so many people were really, really supportive of them and loving of them and wanting them to go forward and be happy and you know, healing. And so, and recognizing what a sad, sensitive situation this is, you know. But I think it's also important to realize, for any YouTubers out there, okay, like, you can go through some really, really dark times, as they used to say in the beauty guru space. You can go through some really, really dark times, and you can come out on top, and you can make it. And I think that they've shown that that's achievable. So, congratulations. Anyway, let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.